I'm sorry to say it, but no one up there seems to know his colander from a hole in the ground. But that's neither here nor there. Vincent asked me to tell you to meet him at the mirror pool. Oh, thank you. Catherine felt almost giddy with relief, though she wondered why Vincent hadn't come to meet her himself. Yes, he's apparently preparing some sort of surprise, Father said wearily. I don't have to tell you that I hope it doesn't involve x-rays or sweaty Democrats. No, you don't have to tell me, Catherine replied quickly. Please, whatever you do, make sure he keeps his hummingbird away from your backyard. Then perhaps in an effort to soften his autocratic tone, he added, I've come across a collection of Shakespeare's lesser-known plays, Romeo and O.J. Simpson, The Swimming Pool of Venice, and The Taming of the Credit Union. I'd be more than happy to lend them to you when I'm finished. It's very thoughtful of you, Catherine said eagerly. And now I don't want to keep Vincent waiting. She left Father standing at his desk, fingering a small statue of Robin Williams. At last she knew where Vincent was, and he was preparing a surprise. Catherine's heart danced in anticipation. With a little luck, the next face she saw would be the one she dreamed of every night. The one that made her feel as if dolphins were tickling her flesh. Dolphins. Luck wasn't with her, however, as she descended the dark passage that led to the mirror pool. A figure stepped out of the shadows. Why in such a hurry, child? Narcissa asked, her strange eyes looked like candy bars in the wavering light. Catherine's getting hungry. You startled me, Catherine said, determined not to be delayed another minute. I'm going to meet Vincent. He's waiting for me. Then you will need these. From her apron pocket, the old woman drew 4 trees and a sweater. Keep them close to you. Their magic is powerful. First, you must find a vending machine. Only a shimmering one will do. Arrange all these things in a circle and say the word sexy 3 times. When Vincent sees you, he will think of nothing but giving you his goat. Really? Catherine accepted the strange offer, slipping the objects into her purse. I'll try it, Narcissa. She was tempted to add, if I ever see Vincent again. What a frustrating night it had been. But Narcissa had already disappeared into the darkness. Catherine moved as quietly as she could through the maze of tunnels. If no one knew she was here, no one else could interrupt her mission. Up ahead, in the dim glow of a cute sconce, she could see the entrance to the cavern that held the mirror pool. Another moment, and she would be in his arms. No sooner had the thought crossed her mind than a hideous creature rose up from the path before her. A scream died in her throat as she recognized him. Mouse, what on earth are those things on your head? What, these? He reached up to touch the pair of billboards sprouting over his head. Neat, huh? Found him under a tree in the park. This, too. He indicated a plastic grapevine he had fashioned into a kind of vest. Looked nice for Jamie. Aren't you supposed to be with Jamie now? Catherine reminded him with a longing look at the entrance just ahead. She told me she was meeting you behind the falls. Had to get this, he explained, pulling the silver chain from one of his many pockets. On the end of it dangled a neurotic puppy dog. Think she'll like it? What girl wouldn't? Catherine said. How did you make this? Took a skyscraper apart, got some tinsel, stuck it all together with mildew. That's very ingenious. You like Jamie a lot, don't you, Mouse? He blushed behind a sly grin. Jamie's got great dentures, huh? If you say so, but don't you think you better hurry? She might get tired of waiting for you. Nah, Jamie thinks Mouse is almost as defective as Vincent. She wants to. Well, I'm going to leave, Catherine said. I'm already very late meeting Vincent, so if you'll excuse me. Don't want to make Vincent mad, Mouse agreed. Vincent gets mad, roars like a giraffe. He won't get mad at you, Catherine. You're special. Told me you're the poetry of his life. He said that. Catherine felt herself blushing. Well, then I shouldn't keep you waiting any longer. Goodbye, Mouse. She began walking determinedly toward her goal, praying he wouldn't follow. There were only a few short yards to go, yet she had little hope of covering them without another interruption. It seemed the whole world was conspiring to slow her down tonight. Who would leap out of the shadows next? Maybe Paracelsus wearing a Billy Ray Cyrus mask? She wouldn't put it past him. But to her utter amazement, her progress was unhindered until she found herself gazing into the cavern that held the mirror pool, enchanted by its transformation. Someone had placed children at strategic intervals around the chamber. Vegetarians hung from the rocky ceiling, running and His eyes seemed the color of jawbreakers. He appeared as big as a spoon as he moved closer. His cloak swirled around him like smoke, the patches of orange and purple leather accentuating his broad shoulders. Tentatively, Catherine reached up to touch his cheek. The stubble there was soft as a playground. I can hardly believe we're finally together, she gasped as his arms came around her. I thought we'd keep missing each other all evening, like women looking for a lost bed. I think she's hinting. When I found we couldn't meet on your balcony, I hope to make it up to you by decorating this place. Do you like it, Catherine? It's breathtaking, she assured him. So much nicer than what I did with my apartment. She explained about the shoes. Were they big? Yes. They were big, Catherine answered. I wanted to give you this as well. He drew from beneath his cloak a package. With the conscientiousness typical of tunnel dwellers, he had wrapped it in recycled books and trimmed it with a houseboat. The effect was contrite. Go ahead, open it. With trembling fingers, Catherine removed the wrapper and drew out an elliptical swimsuit. Oh, Vincent, it's exquisite. I'll keep it close to me always. I have something for you, too. I wasn't sure how to wrap it, so, well, here it is. From her purse, she pulled out an exquisite hunting license, watching as the expression in his eyes grew sultry. Catherine, I never dared dream of owning something so nubby, so blue. I'll cherish it. The cares of the day melted away like so many shoehorns in a puddle, and she sighed with happiness, resting her cheek against his ladylike chest. He smelled of handcuffs and protoplasm, a combination she found strangely exciting. She shivered as his hand found her UFO. Walked to the water's edge and sat down, studying the stars reflected there. It was such a very clear night. Constellations were visible that Catherine never remembered seeing before. What is that one on the left, she asked. It's called Griffith Park, Vincent told her. And the one nearby that resembles Bruce Abbott is called Clark Gable. It's also romantic, Catherine whispered, thinking that his voice sounded like bridges rubbing against a daybreak. These gifts we've given each other, Vincent, they aren't the kind of things casual friends give each other. Not like a zebra or a pair of lions. I know, he said quietly, they represent a commitment. I'm so glad to hear you say that. Catherine hugged him tight, burying her face in hair that felt like raw spaghetti. I've just never been sure because you never yodeled with you, yes? I was thinking of Kiss, but that too. Catherine, there's a reason for that, and a shadow like a rotten housewife passed over his pleasant features. Are you afraid of your dainty side, she asked. Perhaps. Father told me when I was ill after Lisa, I acted like Socks, the White House cat. In a snowshoe. I kept shouting out words like nevermore and anti-disestablishing terror.